This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
No, I'm not.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, here's the deal. I'm a really tired person, and I felt like procrastinating again because I still looking for a job, and I hate jobs. I don't like jobs. I don't like people because people are robots. HR don't know nothing. I'm really tired because I've been stressed from this modern lifestyle, which we call work, and life, which isn't really life. Narrator, if we could just be bygones, and maybe you can sing me a lullaby so I could go to sleep. Cause the whole, like, killing me thing is just... I don't appreciate that. You hurt my feelings last time. And I just... It never ends out there, and it never ends in here. So can we just try to get along, please?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay.
Maybe Stanley would never pick up the bucket.
What
Lonely
bucket?
Lonely and miserable and Stanley-less.
What
Such a
bucket?
sad fate for a bucket.
What bucket? I don't see... Oh. Alright, I'll take the bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
I got the bucket. I guess it makes me feel a little better. I feel less lonely with it in my hand. I have something to hold on to, since my hopes and dreams are slipping from my grasp. I am very tired and stressed out. I'm stressed out. I need money.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest
Yeah.
and entered the door on his left.
Okay. Right. Left. Why do you gotta lock the door behind me? It's kind of weird. Who's paying for all this electricity, man? I don't even think our company makes money. I don't even know the company name of this place. I think it's just called, like, Doomsday or something.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
I don't know. I just want to hold on to my bucket. See, while you do that, this ain't no Legend of Zelda dungeon. I always hate when the door would slam behind me. It's just so unnerving. I'm gonna hold my bucket more because I need
Coming to a
it.
staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Okay. I just want to hold my bucket and take a nap. Can I go to sleep in the boss's office? I'm so tired. I haven't slept in like a couple of days. I was writing cover letters and resume. Hey, what's that? Executive bathroom? Did it always? Whoa! I'm sorry. I didn't know there was somebody in here. How do I close the door? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I'm sorry. Okay, there we go. I'm so sorry, sir. That's so rude. Oh, I locked myself out. Narrator? Narrator? Somebody's texting me. Thank you. Someone's really texting me. Do you think it's a job thing? Job application? Or is it a collection agency? Hold on. Please? Is it true that the post office doesn't pay you health insurance until 2 friggin' years? Can't be right. I understand how government jobs can be so stupid, you know? I always feel smarter than all these jobs I'm applying to, and I feel like it's a conspiracy to keep me down, man. I feel like I am such a genius. Such a genius that all the bad in the world just want to keep me down, because if I was elected into society, I would actually like help people and make the world a better place, and clearly the people who are in charge don't want that, so they just kick all the good people out. Maybe I should start acting like a complete evil asshole, and then maybe I'll be successful in this fucking world. Ouch. Okay. Comfort is a priority right now. I'm taking the day off from writing resumes and cover letters and trying to pretend I have a degree. I'm just gonna goof off and try to get some sleep today. And I gotta count my blessings. Hey, what is over here? What's it? Oh yeah, okay. Got 2 phones. Business time. Are hostile takeovers the new annual percentage? Why, yes, they are. Been going on since a long time. And don't shut me in. I don't want to be shut in. It's so dusty in this office. Why won't you let me in? Oh. Wait, I came through that way. I'm confused. What if I want to go in the elevator? Narrator. Stanley the narrator, come on. It's 11:11. Let me in. I got a team of spirits and ghosts on my side. So, just 'cause I can't see you doesn't mean they can't. Fine.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket.
Yeah, I feel pretty good,
Even
actually.
now, in his darkest of hours,
I
did the
feel
bucket's
okay.
warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and
It's
chaos.
actually, it is.
It would be with him always.
Yeah, the sun
The
reflects
bucket
off of it.
and he knew it.
Aww.
The 2 of them were inseparable.
Yay.
At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk.
I see
Nor
it.
in his bliss of simply being near the bucket
248.
did he have any notion that the pin number for the keypad
2485.
was 2845.
Ah, shit. Oops. Can you delete that? I'll just walk over here.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Why'd your voice get all deep? All of a sudden.
2845.
Why are you mad? I'm trying to get... Don't be mad at me. I slipped my finger because I was holding onto my bucket.
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency
No.
override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself.
Why are
and
you
Stanley
so...
got the hell along with the story. Well,
Why are you
what
so
did he do?
mean? Why are you being so mean? I was enjoying the process. Where are we? What are we doing here? I don't want to go there. You're making me scared. Why did the lights turn off? Bucket. Bucket, I don't feel so good, Bucket. Feel so good. Bucket? Why is it scary? Bucket. I don't want that. Bucket. Hey, Bucket, you want to see the red carpet? I'm famous.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him,
it is comforting.
reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right.
I think I would.
The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Aww, thank you, Bucket. Let's go up. Yay!
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up?
Yeah!
When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again. The bucket said nothing.
Bucket? Number 3? I was gonna show the bucket the red carpet. Cause that had a nice lobby in there. Hey, your little guy went away. Maybe you heard about me walking in on the other guy in the bathroom by accident.
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button.
Number 3?
He took the bucket over to the keypad
Okay.
and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over and over.
I'm not slamming, I'm pressing it. Calmly. Aww. 1.
Well,
2.
he said, the number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life.
Yay!
Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was a shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket.
But the bucket's my
How
friend.
was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him?
No.
Once Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator.
Okay. I haven't had enough yet, though. 1, 2, 3. Ba ba ba. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ba ba ba. 1, 2, 3, 3. Ba ba ba. What if we do 11? 11. Bucket, do you know where Data is? We're supposed to find him somewhere. I don't know where, though. Well, okay, here we go. Why is this corridor here? So weird. Okay. Bop.
Perhaps the bucket had missed something.
Bucket?
Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
No, it enjoyed it. It likes me because it's my bucket.
A hint of regret nagged in the back of Stanley's mind. Should he demonstrate the number 3 for the bucket again?
Oh, okay. I should. Here we go.
No, 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 said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and I have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel.
Yeah.
He smiled at the bucket, and the bucket said nothing.
I love Bucket. I love you, Bucket. You make me happy when skies are gray. You never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my gray bucket away.
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument,
Two,
weaving
two,
a concerto
two,
of
two.
truth and passion.
Ba, ba,
He wielded
ba.
the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a
I'm pressing
paintbrush.
2.
He told stories through the number 3.
I'm pressing
stories of
2.
his dreams and hopes and fears. And the whole time, he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. Anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all. Only silence.
I'm pressing the
Crushed
number
by
2.
a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator.
No, we're pressing 2 because we're two of a feather. A rainbow together, a fine ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try, just the two of us. Okay. Maybe you can't see very well up there. Maybe I could hide behind this and you wouldn't notice me. I don't like this. It's scary, Mr. Bucket. Let's go back in here. Elevators are,
Stanley and the bucket were so close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator. He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
the number 1. The number 1 is a lot more fun than the number 2 or the number 3. Can't you see? Bucket! Actually, let's go this way. Why you keep shocking me? Why is it shocking me? Up we go, oh yes indeed. Up indeed we go. Up and up and up and up.
Said Stanley. I know what to do.
What are we doing?
I know how to fully express
You're
the
Stanley.
feeling in my heart. He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where
Press
he would
conference.
speak to the public on all matters.
Yay,
relating
we get to see the
pressing
red
number
carpet.
3 over and over. He would
Red
elaborate fully
carpet.
on what the number 3 meant to him.
No, we're doing
and
the
why
number
he felt
1.
so alive when pressing it.
I'm pressing the
Then
number
the
1.
bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others.
3, 2,
It would
1,
get to
let's
see
have
the
some
world
fun.
react
Boop,
to this
boop,
discovery
boop,
of
boop,
Stanley's.
boop,
And it would be through the public eye that the bucket would finally understand Stanley's.
Yay! Red carpet. See? I told you this is what the red carpet looks like. I told you it'd be worth it.
For months, he advertised and marketed his press conference, building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it, until it couldn't be refined a single measure further.
Where's the
When the
bucket?
big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life.
Is that supposed to be me? Because I don't have any legs. And where's the bucket? Where's the bucket? Bucket should be in the poster. Bucket should be in the poster. See, I told you the red carpet is so worth it. Look at that. Look at that bucket. You want to see my fitting room? Look at over here. Thanks, narrator. 3. Too bad I only hit
This was
2
One
last time.
chance to win the bucket over. One opportunity to share a true connection with a loved one.
3 again. But we didn't go. Comedy comes in 3s and you didn't let me do it a 3rd time. All you did was do it twice. So I win because I hit the number 2 and then you stopped at number 2. But if you would have done it one more time when I hit 1, then it would have really been 3 and then you would have won. But since you didn't, that means I'm the winner. Get it? See, and this is why people should hire me, because I'm a genius.
There was no one here. Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak, to listen to him talk about what it really means to press the number 3 on a keypad over and over. He was unloved, uninteresting. He was a failure.
No, I'm not.
And in that moment, Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously.
Now, Bucket loves me.
There would be no
unconditionally.
connection, no deeper understanding.
3.
The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so
Love
it
you.
began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant.
No!
They spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious.
He's my
that
friend.
Any sense of real respect between
No,
them
I'll hold
had
on to you.
eroded since that day at the press conference.
I'll hold on to you
There
tightly.
would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit, only a silence that consumed the space between friends. And Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
Yeah, I'm used to that. That's why I got me, myself, and I. 'Cause there's 3 of us. Get it? 3, like the number 3. Oh, I'm good. I win again. Hey, was this chair always like that? Okay.
All of his co-workers were
Bucket?
gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Where'd the bucket? Bucket?
No
Bucket?
matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Where's the bucket? What'd you do with him? Took the bucket. Oh, there he is. I see the bucket. Haha. And you put it in the second room, silly. I win again. Whoa. The hell? Why is it on the floor? Why is it on the floor? Bucket. Bucket, I love you.
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
Yay! See? Bucket loves me. What are you talking about? You're just jealous. Come on, Bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay. Oh, it's so cold in here.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Monetize, free to play. I don't know what that means. La da 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 da.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Da 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 da. Da da da. Now we can go in. Why are there papers on the floor? What does that mean, Bucket? Bucket, you want to see the elevator? It's got music in here. Bucket. Bucket. Hey, there's more paper. Envelope. Why is there stuff in here? There we go. Okay, watch, Bucket. Da 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 da. Stanley. Da na 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 na. And step forward. Ba 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 ba. Da ba 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 ba. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Why is that glowing? Ba 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 ba. Da 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 da. Ba 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 ba. Do 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 do. Na 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 na. Isn't this the best? It's the best. Bucket. See, I told you that was fun. Ba 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 ba.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Or
Crushed by the weight of this
8.
revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of
2.
the bucket. Even now, in his darkest
5.
hours, did the
What?
bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce
4.
the dark clouds of confusion
2.
and chaos.
8.
It would be with him always.
5.
The bucket would. And he knew it. The two of them were
2.
inseparable.
8.
At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender
4.
spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the... But Stanley guessed the correct
Ha
thing.
sucker.
Was it that the bucket knew all along?
It's so dark.
Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Bucket. What's this thing? Looks scary. Ba, ba, ba. See, my bucket's my best friend. What are you talking about? Ba, 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 ba. Do, 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 do. Bum, bum, ba, da, 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 ba, da, da. And step forward.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Okay. Bucket? This part's kind of boring, actually.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Do 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 do. Where is it? Over here? Ba 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 ba. 2, 3. See?
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock.
3 digits.
Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea
Does that mean there's only 500
The
employees?
bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears.
Aw,
as
don't
Stanley
cry.
cradled it gently,
It's okay.
reassuring it that everything would be fine.
You won't be fired. Okay, maybe 600 employees. It gotta be okay. Data? Data? 528. Data. Data? Boo, 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 boo. Dun 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 dun. What's this one do? People?
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well?
No.
Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do?
No.
What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Feeble. Feeble. I'm a genius. You're the one keeping me down, man. You just want me to be a button pusher my whole life. Well, maybe I was meant for greater things. Like holding this bucket. Ever think of that? Going
No!
down.
He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world.
See,
At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
I love you, bucket. Actually, I maybe Data could be trusted. He was my first friend, you know.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They
Yeah.
high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Yeah. Fuck the feds. You said it, bucket. Boo, 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 ba, ba, ba. What is this? Ring of Death. Ba, 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 ba. Da 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 da. Hmm. Hmm. It's so cold in here. Bucket, I'm cold. Bucket. Numbers. Where's the 3 button? There wasn't a 3 button last time. That's why the number 3's so important. Because maybe there isn't a number 3 here. 1, 2. Then it goes to 5. Oh, here we go. 3. 8. Huh. Where'd 4 go? Gotta be a 4 up here. How do I get up there? It's barely visible. Hmm. One, 2. It's so dark. Can't see anything. Hmm. Isn't it up there? Where's number 4? I don't see a number 4 anywhere. Four? Hmm. Hmm. Guess I'll just hit number 5. I don't know. Nothing behind here. I don't know, bucket.
When at last they came to the source of the room's power, Stanley and the bucket knew it was their obligation to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Okay. I gotta go potty.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate.
Ow.
Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin
Yay.
watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end.
Yeah.
True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and to...
Huh? What's happening?
What? Wait. What was happening?
That's what I said.
Why had the door stopped?
Yeah.
Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed?
Huh?
An unbearable silence filled the room,
Okay.
lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave.
No!
Even the facility itself recognized the
I'll throw you
incredible
over.
presence
I'll
of the
throw you
bucket,
over.
needed the
Get back.
soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket.
I can throw it.
No.
I can throw. I
Stanley
can make
can't
it.
leave this place.
I can.
Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms.
You'll never take it
Not
from
while
me.
this building has anything to say about it.
Never.
Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket.
Yeah.
To be trapped eternally
I got
in
you,
darkness
bucket.
isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself.
Yeah.
As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I?
Yeah.
Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
About to find out. Find out what?
All of his co-workers were gone. What
Okay.
could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
You silly. The bucket's right
The
here.
confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
Don't make any sense. Hey. Was this window always here? Huh. any chips in the desk. Me and my pail. We're gotta have a good time.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay. Actually, I mean, nah. Ba 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 ba.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more
Wanna
than
go
ever.
fly in space,
Perhaps
bucket?
his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
No, we're gonna go
Coming to a
fly.
staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
I wanna go down here. Why'd you lock it? What? He did. Whoa. There's another guy. I don't want that guy. Gotta go fly in space.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
What
He
the
looked
heck?
down at the bucket in
Hey!
his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket.
You just looped
The bucket
it.
returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. And that's strange, Stanley thought.
We're not
Usually the bucket is a
crazy.
source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as
Stop.
these. He held the bucket close.
You're
yet felt
repeating
none of its
the
familiar reassurance and
rooms.
comfort. And that's when
Why are
Stanley
you
realized,
repeating the
this isn't my
rooms?
bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would
Bucket?
come from this.
No!
Who knows what sorts
Bucket!
of bizarre hallucinations
Where-
Stanley might
where-
experience
don't
without the
take it.
psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And
Huh.
indeed, now he noticed
Why'd you
the
take
rooms were
him?
repeating, which was, of course, very odd. Now
Why?
he felt himself floating off the ground.
No, I'm not.
Gracious, he exclaimed.
Can't get
Without my
me.
bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it.
I am
Far
very
off in the distance
grounded.
now he heard it, calling to him.
Okay,
Stanley! Stanley,
Where?
it's me, the bucket.
I'm coming.
Could it truly be? He
I'm
rushed
coming.
forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next.
Bucket!
None of them were
Bucket!
his. None of them were his
They're not
special
my
bucket.
bucket.
Come to me, Stanley.
Okay.
Find me.
Okay, I'm
He
looking.
had to find the
Bucket.
bucket. He had to return to his
Bucket.
old friend. It was the
Friend.
only way to truly restore his
Oh, no.
sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks.
Huh?
He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from.
Where?
The real bucket was inside of him all along. It was incredible.
Are you inside of me?
Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
No. Stanley the narrator, get out of me.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Hello. Up.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
That's my
Right
bucket.
away, she knew what the problem was.
Yeah, the problem's she got
This
my
man
bucket.
had no bucket.
Yeah, I don't-
Of
that's
course,
mine.
He'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him.
I did take my.
Perhaps he
You
didn't
took my
realize
bucket.
He'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought.
You
and she
took
hugged her own
it.
bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide.
My neck
absolute
hurts
guidance
in
and
this
total
position.
clarity on everything.
Can I stand up
She
now?
thought to herself, my life kicks ass. She flipped all the way to work.
That's funny. Why'd you take my bucket? Why are you such a jerk? And we're in the Stanley Parable 2, not the Stanley Parable 3.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Can I have a balloon?
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Can I have a balloon? I want to give the balloon to my bucket. Hello.
Warmth spread through Stanley's arms.
Yay.
With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
You didn't shut the door. Oh? Narrator? Stanley the narrator. Wanna see my office? Look. Hey, you closed my office. I wanted to show the bucket where I spend all of eternity. Man. Right. Wanna see this stupid green ass phone? Look at that. Janice. Da 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 da.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
You should have spoke
But
faster.
Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Okay. We're gonna get snacks. Pizza.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was
Want a
this
drink?
better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Left? This way?
And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Can I push the button? Right. Ah, which way? Wait, this way? Mm-hmm.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
I got no pizza. I'm so lonely. I'm sad. Sad I got no one to share pizza with. Everybody stabbed my pizza in the back because they didn't like pineapple. So they left it out in the cold to be alone forever. And then pizza was by itself. Ouch. Broom closet. Whoa.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you?
No.
The aura of jealousy.
Yeah.
It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket.
Just like the pizza, huh?
Feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here.
No.
It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies.
Go away,
Stanley.
gossips.
Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket.
I'm not.
I know how hard it must be.
No.
Given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders
I don't
right
care
now, but
what
you
they
have to be
say.
strong.
I will.
This is your bucket.
This is your
I
companion
don't care what they say.
and lifelong friend.
Yes, it's my
Hand
friend.
it over. Oh no.
I never handed over my
Name
pizza
calling
either.
Now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk that it has
Yeah.
to resort to this stream of petty insults?
I know, right?
Simply in order to get you to hand
Yeah.
over the bucket?
Yeah.
Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons.
Yeah.
Even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your
Oh.
relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life
Trying
is
to
so banal and
trying to
meaningless
split us
that
up,
you
huh?
feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate
Gossips.
object which happened to lay in your path in an even
Toxic
partially
work
enticing
environment.
manner? Well, I never.
Well, I
Go on,
never.
Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning
Oh, I
comments.
will.
Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together.
You're
Go through each of them point
a
by point.
toxic
Share your journal
narcissist.
entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your
Yeah, I got nothing to
as they
prove.
have changed and evolved over the years.
I got nothing to
Let him
prove.
have it.
I already let them have it. I got nothing to prove, man. I am awesome all the way through, man.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once
I don't need to
and for
debate
all.
them.
Here we go.
They're beneath me.
There.
See?
Now it's settled. No more debate.
Wait.
No more discussion.
You,
Take
Stanley,
our
or
hike,
me,
broom closet,
Stanley?
with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of
Yeah.
things.
See this? This is the
All right,
pineapple.
I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate.
No, you're just gonna put...
You see, I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket. That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not,
Why would I be
you can look down at
unsure?
the sticker and say to yourself, "Ah, it's a bucket." There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
That's like putting a sticker on a Jew and letting all the Nazis know. Why would you do that, Stanley the narrator?
You know what? I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent
Good.
treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
Why are you reacting to them, man? You're not... That's what they want. They're giving you the silent treatment so that way you can get all mad and then they can try to take your power. You're not supposed to let them take your power. You're just supposed to shine, and you're not supposed to care what they think. Like, the sun don't care if it burns or helps people grow, and that's your choice. We don't need to deal with this. I got nothing to prove. Yeah, a wrench can be pretty useful. You care too much what people think of you, Stanley the narrator. Maybe you're borderline, I don't know. It's okay. We'll put up with you for now. But we and the bucket have boundaries, and I would appreciate it if you took off your graffiti.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
What's downstairs, though? Okay. I have to go potty. Do you think that guy's done? Hello? Alright, well, there's other people in line, you know.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire
I'm not.
if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now,
My
in his
gosh.
darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of... But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Boo 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 boo. Dun 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 dun. Stop it! Don't appreciate that.
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again.
Why?
Bucket said nothing.
We don't want to. We don't want to do that. That's dumb. That's your idea, not mine. I'm a genius, you know. I can predict things before they even happen because I'm so damn smart. Oh, come on. Why are you forcing me into this?
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over and over.
Nope.
Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3
I didn't
repeatedly.
press it. You are slacking, narrator. I expected greater things from
A
you,
hint of
but
regret nagged in the
stop
back of
it.
Stanley's mind. Should he demonstrate the number 3
No.
for the bucket again? Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
nah, we're gonna go this way.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
No, we're not gonna die. We're gonna be just fine, don't you
The
worry.
door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
Dun, 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 dun. And step forward. I don't do that. Ouch, the landing. Ah, stop trying to shock me, man. Okay. Don't worry, Bucket. We'll be saved by some
As the machine
crazy
whirled into
lady.
motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be.
What? No,
To
it's
be
not
sure,
meaningless.
It puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket. But what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of
And
kicked
step
himself for wasting
forward.
so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
And go down.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the
Told you
bucket
there'd be a
were led
lady.
helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral
Say we ain't gonna.
instant,
I would never try to
the
kill you,
bucket's
Mr.
life
Bucket.
came to an end.
What?
It was crushed violently.
No,
to
I
death.
have it. I have it in my arms. No. You dumb. I have my bucket right here, dumb. Take my bucket away from me.
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket.
It didn't
It's
die.
true that all buckets are radiant in their own way.
It didn't die.
But this
It's
one
right here.
stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
It's in my hands. Bucket? Bucket? Where are you? Why is this so dark? What the hell, man? The bucket did not die. It has my name on it. See, this is why you don't tell people what your race and ethnicity is, or else the fucking Nazis will get you. Because they'll be able to identify you. That's why whenever they give you those questionnaires on your job application or in school, you should always put none of your fucking business. The bucket welcomes you to the grand Exhibt. Exhibt. Exhibit? Is that a word? Shouldn't it be exhibition? You are standing at the precipice of knowledge. Much like a bucket itself, the human mind is frequently empty within. Carnivorous void, but through use of Exhibt, in front of you, the mind becomes full and enriched and substantiated. Knowledge of the bucket and its history is only true knowledge we really have. Will you take what you learn here out with you into the world? Will you accept, with an open mind, what may be challenging about the information in this exhibit? Goddamn British people. Will you change the lives of yourself and your loved ones as a result of this exhibit? Or will you turn a blind eye and continue to live as you were in ignorance and darkness? Stay woke. I mean, I haven't slept in a couple days, so that makes me woke, right? Genius.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own?
See, I told
see the
you.
hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
Yeah. It was broom closet and all this other stuff. That's why when people hate you, they're just putting the blame on you because they hate themselves. They look at all the other buckets and they think, like, how come that bucket is carrying more than me? Shouldn't I have more things inside my bucket? And they don't even realize what they have because they're too busy worrying about what other people have. So they never look inside of their own damn bucket, and they never realize all the goodies that are waiting there for them the whole time because they're too busy looking at that guy's bucket and going, how come that guy's got that thing inside? When you should have been looking inside this bucket, and they would have figured out that they had all the individuality and everything was all inside of them the whole time. You know what I'm saying? And then it's just a constant chaos and war of capitalism and trying to put wages and test scores and labels on people. Literally labels. And we type people into classifications and we rule with our ego instead of our higher consciousness. You know what I'm saying? 25 buckets. A photograph of 25 buckets. The great number of buckets ever captured on camera. The photographer experienced catatonic shock for several weeks as a result of the euphoria from exposure to many buckets at once. That's not 25, dum-dum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 150, 151, 152, 153, 154, 155, 156, 157, 158, 159, 160, 161, 162, 163, 164, 165, 167, 168, 169, 170, 171, 172, 173, 174, 175, 176, 177, 178, 179, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 200, 201, 202, 203, 204, 205, 206, 207, 208, 209, 210, 211, 212, 213, 214, 216, 217, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 300, 301, 302, 303, 304, 305, 306, 307, 308, 309, 310, 311, 312, 313, 314, 315, 316, 317, 318, 319, 320, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 98, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 400, 401, 402, 403, 404, 405, 406, 407, 408, 409, 410, 411, 412, 413, 414, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 98, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 500, 501, 502, 503, 504, 505, 506, 507, 508, 509, 510, 511, 512, 513, 514, 515, 516, 517, 518, 519, 520, 521, 522, 523, 524, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 78, 59, 30, 31, oops, 53, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 78, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 78, 90. So that's... Where did I leave off? 600? 600? Or was it 700 now? I don't remember. 600... 601, 602, 603, 604, 605, 607, 608, 609, 610, plus this column, which is 700, plus some buckets I missed up there, which is 800, probably about 800 and 837 buckets. That's not 25 buckets. I'm a genius. Mm-hmm. A bucket with two handles. This bucket is depicted as having two handles, such as design has never been created in real life, having been deemed too dangerous and recklessly experimental. Every year, dozens are put to death just for attempting it. See, Nazis. Broom closet Nazis, man. Bucket? 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 My eyes hurt now. Ow! Inferno Bucket. A replica of the Inferno Bucket, which is the medieval era, was so powerfully alluring that it drove dozens of nations to war with one another for control of it. Billions died, and yet in spite of it all, the simple fact remains no one can control a bucket. Was there a billion people in the medieval era? I don't know. Maybe millions of people. I don't know about billions. Was there that many people on this earth already? I gotta go potty. Where's the bathroom? Can I pee in this bucket? The sequel is now paused. Uh-oh. I feel better. A stress bucket analogy. Worrying, negative forecasting, negative thinking, lack of reassurance, stress of level of water in the bucket. Coping strategies equals holes, best, and relaxation. Doing something you enjoy, rest and relaxation. Vulnerability, size and strength of the bucket. The stress bucket, presented without commentary. I think it already has all the commentary it needs. Oh, I'm so sleepy. Cave drawing. While we know that buckets predate the existence of mankind, we do not know how long. This cave drawing depicts early man's discovery of practical uses of the bucket, by which time the bucket had already likely been around for several millennia. Notice in these drawings how the bucket is allowing itself to be used, having judged humanity to be worthy of its treasures. That's not a bucket. That's a slushie from 7-Eleven.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
No, we should coexist, silly pants. Haven't you been paying attention to the history? We should coexist. Stop labeling people and just realize that we're all buckets holding a purpose, a different purpose. And we need to respect that. Where's my bucket? The hanging bucket. This piece symbolizes the necessary relationship between bucket and humanity. However clear our grasp of the bucket may be, there is yet more that is always out of reach. This distance, inevitably, is for our own good. Hey, that's the one I saw. I love you. It's good to have goals, though. If we didn't strive for anything, then we wouldn't have anything to die for, you know? We'd all just be dying without anything to cherish. Nothing to hold on to. No memories to contain, and no adventures to explore. Oh. Wow, this is awkward. Hey, bucket.
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong.
That's what I said.
Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler,
No.
as commander of a new world, a new vision.
I took the fall for you. Because I love you. I want you to live on. Bucket?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Aren't you
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Aren't you curious where I went? Can we get a pizza party going? I'm hungry.
No
Either
matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
we gotta go take a nap somewhere, or gotta order some food, man. I gotta get a lunch break at some point, you know. It's illegal to keep me this long. It's my bucket! It has my sticker. Well, your stickers. But see, it's the same bucket. Been through together
Stanley
forever.
picked up the bucket and smiled.
Yeah.
He'd never be alone again. Not
love
truly
you.
alone. Not with the bucket around.
Yeah. It's the same bucket. Okay, now we really gotta get a pizza party going. This calls for a celebration. Bo-bo-bo-bo.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay. Wait a second. I have an idea. What if the number with the red... What if you could open that number's door if I could remember the number? It was like 450 something.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his
pizza
boss's
party.
office was where he'd find answers.
Narrator. We get pizza party. Or can we get a couch so he can... We don't need them. Mine.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Now we'll be free, bucket. Now we'll be free.
Stepping into
Oh, wait, I
the
gotta
manager's
pee.
office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
I already went in the bucket.
Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
I love you, bucket. It's 12. Stop it. I'm gonna have to start filling out a workers' comp form, man. Battery? What's that? What's this? Bucket, what's this?
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Narrator.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped.
Narrator, can we
monitored
take
like
a break?
guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
That's okay. Everything's gonna be fine. Where's that red number? Like something 4. Whoa! You see that? Look. Look at that. Wait. Look at that. It's all like blued and scribbled out. Okay, we gotta count the numbers. Hold on. We found a clue. 334. 334. Do you see that? Look at Bucket. Gotta go investigate. Look at that. 528 and 234. 528, 234. Gotta remember that. 528 and 234. Gotta sing a song so I won't forget the name.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's
5,
influence as
230.
well? Had the
Look
bucket
at that.
been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What
Look at-
kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do? in the first place?
234.
These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
234. Take me up.
He screamed into
Look at
the
that.
bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's
234.
control. Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one
528.
friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Maybe data's in 230. 38.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content.
Like that.
Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Yeah, wait, what was that number? 238. We don't got 8, but the other one was 5. What was it? 523? 5. Okay, never mind. 234. We don't got a 4 though.
When at last they came to the source of the room's power, Stanley and the bucket knew it was their obligation to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for. But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls.
Now, that was
Stanley
me.
gasped in horror.
That was me.
Had this been the bucket's plan all along?
To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have
I'm okay
betrayed
with
him
that.
like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when
No.
suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen.
I love you.
Birds. Silly
Seagulls.
birds.
Pigeons.
The control buttons became active again.
Aww, bird. I want this one. Yeah. Born
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds
to
after another, and then it dawned on him.
data.
This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley
Me and you,
was
bucket.
happy.
Me and you. Birds of a feather. A rainbow together a fine. What happened? Volare. Oh. Hello?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. The good
Egantare.
old bucket.
I love
Just
you.
Stanley and the bucket, off on another thrilling adventure together.
Yeah. Oh. Wait a minute. 2:34 and 5:28. Probably check all the rooms.
Stanley pressed the bucket upon every little thing in the office.
Yeah.
Nothing responded to the bucket's touch, but it did little to discourage Stanley's belief in the magic of the bucket.
Yay. I think there's a secret in here. Oh. Oh. What? Whiteboard ending? Oh. Del blue. I think a dead too. Avicii mascara rasul. Dog mode? Don't get it. What does the whiteboard have to do with all that?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
We have to. We need to find the rooms. Fine. Nothing? Board?
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers.
Well, we got duct tape.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Okay. This is the last time, okay?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours,
Wait a
did the
second.
bucket's warmth and guiding light
What if it's
pierce
on the
dark
keypad?
clouds of confusion and chaos.
What was it?
It would be with him.
Wait, what was it? 4. Oh god, I'm so tired. I haven't slept in a couple days. 2, 8 more. I forgot there was. I forgot it was.
Always.
I
The
forgot.
bucket would.
3
He
digits.
The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Narrator, where's the pizza? Pizza. I know we're not a union, but we still are required to have breaks.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Mind control facility. Okay. I'm getting bored of this. We go back. I want pizza party.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
I don't know. Anything gotta be different?
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
234. 34. Wait, what's the Stanley the narrator? What's Stanley's
Was the
number?
bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter, his one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
At a pizza party.
When at last they came to the source of the room's... This building did not want the bucket to leave.
Nope. We have a pizza party now. Let me call up the pizza. 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 Pizza.
All of his co-workers were gone.
What was the
What could it
number?
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
235.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
2. The twos. Bucket, I'm afraid you gotta wait for me, man. I don't know where's the 2. Room 2 and room 500. Oh, can we get a pizza party? I'm too tired.
Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine with him.
Okay. Anyway.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the... This was not the direct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Okay,
And here
pizza
it was.
party.
Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket
I'm gonna
turned
take a
out
nap
to be.
right here. Oh, come on. Sleep.
Truly, being here with the bucket was a grand adventure. Stanley reflected on all they'd been through together. First, walking through the door on the right, then walking to the lounge, then arriving at the lounge. What a thrilling journey the bucket had inspired.
Just take a nap on the floor. Good night.
Perhaps this was where the bucket felt most truly at home, here in the employee lounge. Perhaps it's the only place a bucket can even feel at home.
Yeah. Time to go
Stanley
to
decided
sleep.
to just give the bucket absolutely as much time as it needed to be in the lounge.
Okay,
Clearly, the
good.
bucket and the employee lounge shared a special connection.
I love you, Bucket. I love you. It's okay if people judge us. We'll get through this. We like to do our own thing anyway. Tired. Good night, guys. At the pizza party. Good night. I go sleep with the bucket in my arms. I gotta dream and not think about jobs and not think about poverty and thinking about all the mistakes of the past and just keep going. Try to remember the good moments in life. Try to remember our purpose in life and why we're still here. What we're trying to accomplish by doing stuff. Cause if you could be a bucket half empty or you could be a bucket half full. It just depends on you. I don't know. I like to go to sleep. Good night. Okay, come back to bed. Let's just sleep on the floor. Come on. Go sleep. Be bucket. Love you. Good night. Yeah, pizza party. This is the best. Thank you, narrator. You want some bucket? Thank Thank you. I appreciate it. We got any napkins? I don't see any. Pizza, 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 pizza. Yum, 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 yum. Yeah.
But finally, the bucket was done being in the lounge, and they took the first open door on their left to get back to business.
As long as I could take my pizza with me. I'll be okay.
And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Oh, why do we push this button?
Oh, good Stanley, I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
What the hell? Pizza party?
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley.
Pizza?
We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's
Yay!
this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content.
Well-
We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before.
No!
Yes, I know I'm the
Bucket.
one who gave you the bucket, but you're
Ah.
spending too much time with it.
Oh,
Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want.
Hey,
Let's do
hey.
it. Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
I already played that. Janice. I got pizza. Ba, 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 ba.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all
Pizza?
those great jokes from the original dialogue? Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. Yes, it's as classic now as it was back
I never
then.
played
Let's
that
do it
one.
for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
No. Mine. My bucket. My pizza, my bucket. My bucket of pizza. Never take that away from me. I totally cheated. I did not play the first one yet. I thought this had all of it in the deluxe edition because it was the original plus this. No? Like Clint Eastwood in that one movie. For a few dollars more. I know, this pizza's pretty good. Pizza party. Pizza party. Pizza party. Got my bucket. He's my best friend. Will I ever see Data again? Oh, Data, where are
Don't you
now?
get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket.
No.
That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
No.
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me, it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
No.
Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell
Makes
it out
pizza?
for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket.
No.
And then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
No. Bucket.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket.
No.
I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket.
Pizza.
Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like
Pizza.
10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now. The fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley.
No.
Give the fans what they want.
I don't care.
Hurry and...
Bucket?
The Bucket Destroyer. My prized creation. You had
Bye-bye.
so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend.
Can't make a
For
pizza.
the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Not as magnificent as the bucket. I didn't see no stickers on it. Silly narrator.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay.
Ah, the embrace of an old friend.
Yeah.
A weathered companionship that stands the test of time.
Okay, let's go to the break room and get pizza. Ran out.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest
And this was not the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Yeah.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room?
Yeah.
Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
Bucket. At least we got pizza.
Truly, being here with the bucket was a grand adventure.